Good evening, everyone. My name is Deborah Gibbs, and tonight I'm going to tell you the story entitled A Boy's Advice. This is a traditional tale that talks about how just because someone is small doesn't mean they don't know what they're talking about. Once upon a time, in a land far away, there was a man who spent all day collecting coconuts and putting them into his cart. By the setting of the sun and the grumbling of his stomach, he knew it was getting late. "I'd better hurry and get home, otherwise I will not have a hot supper," he told himself. But all of a sudden, from behind a tree, he heard a little voice. "If you hurry, you're going to be late, but if you go slow, you'll get there on time." "Who's that? Who are you? What are you doing?" "I know what I'm doing. Leave me alone. Go away." So the little boy turned and left, and the man never thought of him again. So on his horse he went, and he was thinking about that wonderful hot meal that he was have, and he would prod his horse to go faster and faster. But all of a sudden he heard a noise. Clunk, clunk, clunk. Looking around, what is that? His coconuts were falling out of his wagon. So he had to get out of the wagon, he had to stop, he had to put all the coconuts back into his wagon. And then he was like, "I'm really going to have to hurry now if I'm wanting to eat a hot meal." So off he went again, prodding his horse to go faster and faster. And next thing he knew, he heard clunk, clunk, clunk. Sure enough, the coconuts were falling out of the cart again. So as he stopped, he took them and put them back into the cart. "I'm really going to be late for supper now. I must really hurry," he told himself. So off he went, thinking of that hot meal and making his horse go faster and faster. And sure enough, he heard clunk, clunk, clunk. They had fallen out. His coconuts had fallen out again. This happened several times on the way home. Every time he had to stop and put his coconuts back into his cart, and every time he would be trying to go faster and faster. He never did take the boy's advice. In time he got home, he was hungry and tired, and all he could do was to just sit and eat his cold supper. This was a tale of the boy's advice, just to remind us that just because someone is little does not mean that we don't know what they're talking about. Thank you, and have a good evening.